Hey everyone, it's Paige Evans back with a new layout to share with you. This is using the new Summer Lights collection with pink Paislee and of course lots of hand stitching. So I die cut this doily from one of my favorite pattern papers. It's like this watercolored roses, very abstract, but I love all the colors. And here you can see me trying to pick a background. I didn't know if I wanted to do a pattern paper or a solid color of cardstock. In the end, I chose this vanilla colored cardstock. I used spray adhesive on the back of the doily and then carefully placed it in the center. I just eyeballed it and tried to make it in the very center and then pressed it all down, smoothed out any creases, and then using a paper piercer and a piercing mat, also on top of a piece of plastic so it wouldn't go through to my table, I pierced a hole every 1/8 inch or so around the entire doily, all of the die cut pieces, and that took some time. I know you can always use your silhouette to make the holes, but I prefer doing it this way. Up close you can see how I've pierced the holes, and I'll even flip it over to the back so you can see. And then instead of stitching with a single color like I usually do, whether it's white or black, I decided to stitch color on color. So wherever the dark pink is on the pattern paper, I used dark pink thread. Wherever it was orange, I used orange thread, yellow was yellow thread, etc. So this took a long time to stitch, not gonna lie, but like a few others I know out there, stitching is a therapeutic process and I really enjoy it. Plus, I've been binge watching Grey's Anatomy and it's a great excuse to knock out a couple episodes. So yeah, I just really enjoy the process of stitching. I love the texture that it adds and the homespun look. So I know it's not for everybody, but it is for me. I love doing it. So I'm just giving you a little preview. That's not the right word. I'm just showing you a few snippets here and there, and this is finishing it up. So I love how the color on color just adds so much texture. There it is. I printed a photo of my daughter Jane, one square and one round. I didn't know if I wanted to use round or square. I decided to go with the round because it just went with the theme. Since the doily is round, I wanted to keep my elements round. Next, I layered on a whole bunch of doilies. These are just generic doilies from Wilton, or I think the very first one is a Martha Stewart Crafts doily. I was going to use this Wild title. This is from my Take Me Away collection with pink Paislee, but I didn't want it to be gold, so I did a couple layers of white paint. In the end, I did not use this title, but I will use it in the future, so I've saved it. Just let it dry in between coats. Meanwhile, I have stuck everything down, but I wanted to create a few more layers in between the doilies, so I had to gently peel it apart. And here I'm just using embellishments, chipboard stickers, die cuts, and more from the Summer Lights collection with pink Paislee. The title is Mermaid Hair Don't Care. Thought it went with this photo of Jane since it's kind of showing mostly her hair. We weren't swimming or anything. This was just taken in front of our house. And I know a lot of these embellishments are kind of poolside or water themed, but I did pull out the things that weren't necessarily. So there's hearts and some seashells, but if you tuck them underneath, like that seashell, the orangish salmon colored seashell, if you tuck it underneath, it just looks like scallops. So kind of doing the color on color technique again here, tucking the purple embellishments under the purple part, orange under the orange, yellow under yellow, and continuing all around. Just trying to create a really nice focal point for this layout. So your eye goes right to the center and then goes outwards towards the stitching. Adding a few more embellishments, including this large mermaid. I really like how it brings out more of the colors. And it just goes along with the title of Mermaid Hair Don't Care. So she's got nice flowy hair, and it's like Jane's hair in the photo. Da-da-da. Almost finished. Trying to figure out where to place my journaling, so I'm really glad I did this in pencil first, because I ended up not going this direction. I started writing it with the pencil, and I felt like it was just too busy. It needed that white space in between the photo cluster and the stitching, so I erased it, and then I decided to use this white pen to write directly on the photo. I realize now it's kind of covering her hair, which is the point of the layout. But anyway, it just blends in, but there's still some journaling a little bit about this photo, and that pretty much wraps up this layout. So if you don't have the Summer Lights collection by Pink Paislee, make sure you get your hands on it because it's super great to work with. I will also leave a link to this doily die cut in the comments. And thanks so much for watching. See you again in the next video.